Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez is a Democrat from California, and she joins us now from Capitol Hill. A pleasure to have you with me at this hour, Congresswoman. First of all, we know that you signed a petition earlier this year demanding the House vote on immigration reform. It didn't happen. We also know about half of Americans think the president should not go the executive route. What's your opinion? Do you still believe he's making the right move here?
Absolutely. I have to tell the American people that for 30 years we've been trying to fix a broken immigration system, and we haven't been able to do it. In particular, with this president over the last 6 years, we got down to brass tacks just a couple years ago. The Senate passed something in a bipartisan way, sent it over here. We augmented it with a bipartisan Homeland Security bill on security, and then the Speaker refused to take it up for a vote. If we could take a vote on it, we would pass that bill today. So the fact that the House Republicans will not allow a vote means they're not really serious about this. They don't want to see immigration reform. So I say to the president, please, Mr. President, help our families who are being divided, because some of them are American citizens, some are residents, and they're mixed families. We need to keep them together. That is traditional family values.
Congresswoman, I want to get to some of those aspects that are affecting the constituents in your state in a moment, because I think that's a very important part of this conversation. But I want to refer back to what we heard Mitch McConnell just say a few minutes ago, referring to the results of the midterm elections. We all know the results of that, saying that the president said before the midterms that his policies were on the ballot. He may not like the results, but has a duty to respect it, he goes on to say. What is your reaction to that?
Well, you know, 2 years ago when the president won re-election, his policies were on the ballot also, but the Republicans didn't pay attention to that. All I've got to say is that, yes, Republicans picked up seats. They picked up seats where there are no real immigrant, there's not a large amount of immigrant people. They don't understand many times what we're really talking about with respect to economy, with respect to family. I mean, these are people who live in my district, who are deacons at their church. They're PTA moms. They volunteer hospice and hospital. They are, for all intents and purposes, so entwined into our American way of life. The last thing I want to see is another mother deported because she doesn't have papers, and American citizens, children, young children, be without their mom. And this is what the president is trying to fix.
We know that there are some members of the GOP that are planning to try and stop this executive action before it's implemented. I'm curious what your response is to those efforts, and what you're saying to some of your counterparts as you walk in the halls.
Well, I work very well with the Republicans on the other side. One can look at my record. They can see the friendships that I have. Those of us who have been here a longer time in the Congress have come from an era where we did work with each other. That some of the newer members on the other side don't want to work with anybody. It's their way. It's the only way. Ted Cruz, it's his way. It's the only way. He caused the government shutdown a year ago. They want to do it again. If they want to do it again, my job is to go and talk to America. My job is to go out and tell them, let me tell you how these things really work, and let me tell you who's shutting down your government and why. And it's a small amount of people. It is not everybody over here in Washington, D.C.
So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in your state, because you and I both well know the makeup of California, a beautiful state. It is also a state that has a large immigrant population, dreamers, children that are born here, their parents that are not. What are you hearing from people in your state about what they'd like to see happen?
Well, certainly people in California would like to see even more of these administrative changes happen. Not law changes, because Congress does the law, but administrative policies that have been in place that over time get changed by presidents, and that's what this president is going to do. They'd like to see more amplification. They'd like to see our families stay together. Remember, California is the #1 state with respect to population. We're the innovation state. We're the motor, the economic engine of America, and we're probably the state that has the largest amount of immigrants, both with the right working papers and without working papers. And California is taking off in this recovery. We're innovating. We're charging forward, bringing along the rest of the nation, and we want immigration reform.
Representative Loretta Sanchez of California, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. We know it's a busy day and a busy time for you. Also mentioned that Representative Aaron